for anybody wanting to dig deeper into their family history. So thank you to the Crawfords.
Welcome, everyone. Those of you who are listening on Zoom and those of us who are here together and at the Family Search Center. The Family History Guide, I was introduced in about 2016 to this site. And one of the beautiful things about this site is you do not have to set up an account. It is absolutely free. And I'm going to give you a couple of thoughts about this Family History Guide. One of the things is this site sponsored by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints? And the real answer is no. But it's approved by Family Search and is recommended for training on the LDS.org or the Church of Jesus Christ.org website. And as the screen says, it's a free learning, research, and activity center for family history. Before we get too much into detail in what's within the family history, I would like to point out one thing before we begin. If you go over here to where it says face, and you select weekly family activities, there's a Come Follow Me companion for family history and a Come Follow Me companion. So for example, if you select on the schedule, and we're coming up on January 29th, so this is the week that you would correspond Come Follow Me and family history. And so they'll go through the whole year and organize the lessons according to a type of family history. So if we select this week's activities, it gives you week 5, and then it gives you what lesson or what we're reading and it says, prepare the way of the Lord. It has videos, it has baptismal memories, and so on and so forth. So I want to just bring that up real quick. This is for those who are members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So let's move on. So as we think about this site, I want you to know that as you may be helping others, let's say you're helping a person that does not speak the English language, but let's say they speak and they haven't learned very much English. Let's say they speak German. So if you select language and select German, then it's in German. If they speak French, you select French, and it's now in French. So wherever and whatever you're doing with that, then we can go back to English and see our own lingo. So it covers, I don't know how many there are here, but as you can tell, there is a very large selection of languages that you can use in the Family History Guide. All right, oops, I didn't want to go there. So let's begin by looking at the home page, and you can select click here to get started, and I'm going to just show you what it looks like. I'm not going to go in detail about it. And these are the 4 main partnerships that you can access as a member through the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And if you show this, it tells you how to do that, but also how to set up the account. So you start your free account and you go through the process of setting the account. And this is for each one of those. Now notice if I want to go back to where I was, go up here to the logo in the left-hand corner, select the logo, and you're back at the home page. So let's go into a little bit more about, so let's get started. So if you're a person that is beginning, you can do things that are going to be easy ways to get started, find what you need, help for beginners, so on and so forth. if you're a little more efficient, then these are the things that you can select as you progress in your knowledge of family history. And then there is more enjoyable, there's activities and so on and so forth, and so on and so. So that's a little bit about the homepage. Now let's go into, I like looking at today's tip. So birth record alternatives. Have you ever considered that? And I'm not going to read it all, but there's a link that says this article from Ancestor Hunt. That's another link to a website. And this is associated with goal B2 in the United States page, and you can select that goal B2 right from here because it's an active link. So I'll give you an example. So there's goal B2, and these are all the different things you can do with goal B2 in the United States. There's videos. So let me just point out to you that these little symbols like documents, they are readable documents depending on what site it comes from. So these are comes from Genealogy 1-on-1. And this is the article about Bible records. See, I can't. So where am I at? Where am I at? Well, let's just, oh, there it is. I can go back. There we go. Oh, I didn't go back. Oh, here it is, right up here. Is that it? Yeah. Okay. So just so that's a quick example of what the tip for the day represents. And now what we're going to go into is we're going to go into the things. So in Family Search, you can help an individual or help yourself by learning how to use Family Search. So up here it says goals, teaches you how to navigate. It's got 14 different goals that you can help yourself learn. If you want to, for example, merging. Now, merging is a little difficult sometimes because you want to be sure that you're merging the correct records and the correct person. So that teaches you how to merge records in Family Tree. So here's a video that's 50 minutes long. And it was done in 2020 by BYU. So that comes right from, where would you guess? YouTube. How about that? So you don't even have to go to YouTube. You don't even have to go to YouTube to find it. It takes you right there. And then there's articles about merging and different merging two duplicate entries in your family tree. And it gives you examples, screenshots of examples. So it's a plentiful way to learn how to do things in Family Search. So Family Tree, Memories, and Descendants. These three items in Family Search are a general thing of each of these partnerships. Get started, family, documents, and stories. In my hair, oops, I didn't want to go to my, okay, there we go. Counts, Family Tree, documents, and photos. Find My Past, oops, same thing. The research and the other thing, the other items listed in there may be just a tad bit different for each of those areas. All right, so let's go to not so much, let's go to activities. In activities, you have family, individuals, youth, and kids corner. So these, and then you also have, notice you have homeschool, and you have a planning sheet if you want to plan an activity. And indexing is also here. So let's take a look at family. So here's anytime activities, so on and so forth. But I'm not going to go too much into detail because my wife will be covering that more thoroughly. So media, there's your blog, Facebook, YouTube, and so on, and Pinterest, Instagram. Media resources, that's where you can find the resources that Family Search provides that you may want to do one of two things, either order, or you can just download them right from the, so brochures, for example, Spanish, for example. And so on and so forth. I don't have Spanish selected, do I? Nope. Okay. Faith, I showed you just briefly. I want to go more into the countries that are available and the resources available in the countries. How long did we go? 7:30? Okay. So in countries, there's what we call intro to research. And the intro to research, search with the Family History Guide. So it gives a video how you can research with family. And where does this come from? What do you think? YouTube. And if you want to learn more about the Family History Guide, just go to YouTube and type in Family History Guide, and they have a lot of videos on the Family History Guide. And you have introducing research projects. So these are the projects within these different Family Search and the partnerships. Research around the world, knowledge bases, ethnic research, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to go to all countries right now and look at all the countries we have available in here. In addition to that, you have more countries. How many more do we have? All of those. So we have a lot of different resources in the Family History Guide about possibly where you might want to research. And one of the things that I was exploring in England. And a lot of my research for my particular family comes from Staffordshire. So I was mingling through Staffordshire, and as I was looking on this number one, get started with research for your Stafford ancestors. Look at all of these different things, links. How many of you heard Dusty Docks? And so here's Dusty Docks. Links to free genealogical websites containing parish records in England. So in Staffordshire, you have birth, marriage, death index, and these different areas right here. So just for the fun of it, I went Staffordshire, and this is what came up. And then you would go from there, and it tells you the instructions how to do this. Okay, now I got to find out where I'm at right there. And so and Staffordshire name index. So there's free MB, there's Family Search, Roots Web, Family History Guide, Roots Chat, and all those different things. Now, look at here, down at the lower it says towns and parishes. So I want to go to Staffordshire. So I select S, and I got to find Staffordshire. It's coming down, coming down, coming down. There we go. Staffordshire Parish Registers. Look at the dates that the records start. 1670 in this particular one. 1560 in this one. in Stafford Castle Church, St. Chad, St. Mary. This is the area that my ancestors come from right here. So it covers baptisms from this date, from marriages, these dates, from burials, 1559. In baptisms, 1559, and marriages and burials in 1559. So we thought we may have been stuck in our research. We may have ample opportunity to find more information about our family member in some of these records. So that's just a quick example of what I found, and come to think of it. I mean, I had all the information on one of my families in Staffordshire. His name is Henry Edwin Ward, but I went to this and I found the exact same thing that I had researched the long way, the hard way. And if I had known that, I could have done it through this and found it a little bit faster. Okay, oops, get out of here. Close that one. Where did I go? Where did I go? Here? Nope. Here? Nope. I can close that one. How do I close that? I can't see it. No. Can I drag this down? No, I can't. I just wanted it larger.
I know, it's gonna expand this out,
Oh, there we go. Now I can see it.
and we'll drop it right below there.
Perfect. Thank you, brothers. Okay, so let's country pages. Okay, oh, there it comes again. Okay, we're on UK now. You have the UK BMD site. You have research guides. You have the Gen UKI site, Staffordshire name index pages, towns and parishes, and family history. This is really cool too. The family history directory for Staffordshire. In this one, you have, at the beginning, you have archives, Staffordshire archives. And so you decide what you want to look at. Excuse me. Come on. Oh, let's see, birth, marriage. Okay, so let's take a look at this. And then you have to go over here and select, let's say, births. Registering births, baby naming ceremonies, birth appointments, so on and so forth. Block. No, I just close it. But I want to go back to one. I want to go back down here. So here's your, oh, I went too far. There's your England BMD, but they also have Staffordshire BMD, just for Staffordshire. You have Staffordshire parish records. And then you have West Midlands and Wolverhampton in England. You have burial cemeteries, census records. Staffordshire censuses. So how about convict transported from Staffordshire? So criminal ancestor records. The Roots chat for Staffordshire. And historical direct local history. This Litchfield lore is where my actual family comes from, Staffordshire. I haven't looked at it yet, but there's Litchfield lore. So anyway, there's a lot that you can learn in this family history guide for a specific location that you want to research. And then you can learn about the history of Staffordshire, so on and so forth. But also remember that you can also learn about Staffordshire in that family search wiki also. and the counties. So that's the England a little bit and specific. So there are all these different locations in England. You can select specifically for a location. Let's say we want to go to Worcestershire and let's see what they have there. Dusty Docks, UMB, towns and parishes, the family history directory for that. So there's a multitude of information about specific locations. Oh, I missed it. Where'd I go? Right. Oh, right there. Okay, you can go to any one of these countries. Now, I want to go back to the United States because I want to show you and share with you some of the things that I've learned about the Family History Guide in locations. So I'm going to take a look at, oh, it doesn't make it. Let's say Oklahoma, just for the fun of it. So in Oklahoma, there's all the counties here. Then you have family search for Oklahoma, ancestry. Oh, I'm sorry, states. Oh, I know why. Sorry. If you go all the way to the bottom, there's your counties.
You just check.
And these letters that are in blue are live links to that specific item. So A is for ancestry, L is for Linkpendium, G is for Genealogy Inc., US GenWeb, and Facebook. If there's an F, for example, Delaware County, they have a Facebook page. But what I really want to show you, oh, come on, how come? There. I want to show you what the Linkpendium is for a specific county. And I'm trying to think of what I was looking at today. Well, let's go to Tulsa County, Linkpendium in Tulsa County. So this is a family history, genealogical census, birth, marriage, and vital records, and more. This is a place where you can discover information about researching. So the different projects in Linkpendium, here's a lot of Native American information. There's adjacent counties that are next to Tulsa County. There's biographies, there's cemeteries, and cemeteries. If you go to cemeteries, it gives you the cemeteries in that area. If you want to go back, we'll go back to it. Then the censuses. You have veteran census, the federal census, Cherokee Nation census. Now, Oklahoma did not become a state until 1908, I believe. And so if you're looking at the 1890, 1900, there are Cherokee Nation censuses available if you're associated with a American Natives. Then you have all these different censuses. But see here, look at what this says. (1,071) images, if we can get to them. Here you go. I don't know. Oh, I can't. I don't have a plus or minus sign on there.
Yeah, it's right there at the bottom, the right, all the way to the right, next to the fan.
Oh, there it is. So I wanted to see what this said. Ooh, come on. Oh, I can't because it's too big.
Well, no, you can slide
Expand
it
yours.
over and get it in the center.
And you can expand.
I was wondering what year this was. Can't tell. Oh, okay.
19.
Oh, 1930, okay. All right, so then you have 40 census. There are church records for the different counties of each state. Here's ethnic here. Tulsa race riot. I don't know, that was 1921 when it occurred. I'm assuming that's what the date represents. Encyclopedia of Oklahoma History and Culture, the Tulsa Race Massacre. If you had some relatives around 1921 and they are in that area, they might have been associated with this history. And it talks about the history. Look what it says here. Victims combining the ruins for their possessions. Victims of the destruction living in tents. Surveying the damage. So anyway, and you have related resources. So this gives you a perspective on Tulsa County of Oklahoma. Like I said, you can select any county and any state in the country or the United States page. Oops, I went too far. So there's the states. I grew up in Nebraska. My wife grew up in Iowa. And so we can select those specific states. Here's Idaho right here. So in Idaho, oh, I wanted to point also at the top where it says partner records. Here's the wiki, go right to wiki for Idaho. You ask GenWeb for Idaho, and then you go genealogy links. And so this is online genealogy free. So we're in Kootenai County. And there's your county Idaho genealogy. Now, I don't know which one of these are you have to pay for or they're free. I have no idea, but they're there and these are all links. Obituary death notices. It says open. I don't know what that represents. But so you have World War I draft registration cards. You have the Tombstone Transcription Project, cemeteries for Kootenai. And you have a GenWeb project. You have a message board for Kootenai County. World War II honor list of dead and missing personnel, Kootenai County. Page 1. You can go to page 1. Oops, can't be reached. So anyway, this is really a helpful site as you try to learn how to find more information about your ancestors in a specific location. Oh, I want to also show you some things about the intro. And specifically, you have the topics. When you go to topics, you have a list and it's alphabetized, but it covers different subjects and it covers different locations like the states and some of the countries in the world. How about smartphones? How about that? Teach you how to use a smartphone. So let's take a look and see what it says. This is Macintosh. This is, what is that, Macintosh? Come on. Get started with numbers for Mac. Mac and LibreOffice, so on and so forth. Learn to use mail. So you have a Mac type app, that's how you use it. I
Oh,
mean,
and
there's-
then you can do Google Apps,
what's that?
because there's all those goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, so going with the goals,
About that.
yeah. Yeah, the Google Apps.
Oh, Google Apps,
Yeah,
learn social media
social media
for genealogy, software, create and upload a family tree. Yep. Those are all different goals for that specific one. And as I was browsing through this, because I was looking through the country sites, I clicked on England once again, and that brought me right back where I started from in England. So there's more ways than one to get to where you want things to go to. What's really fun is, let's see if we go back to home. I'm going to show you this. So if we want to find something in the family history guide, give me a topic that you might be interested in. Okay, I'll do one. Let's say, what's that? Go ahead.
Greece alphabet and genealogy portions.
Greece,
Greek language.
something list. What is it? Anyway, Greek, ALPHABET alphabet list. Let's see what comes up. Now, what this is going to do, it's going to search the database and the family history guide. So if I hit enter, this is the different things that come up when we select that particular topic. See, it takes you to the vault. It goes to different things. And so
Why don't you just put Greek
Greece,
instead of Greece, put Greek.
well, I can try that. Where'd it go? Oh, I have to do it again.
Greek.
So let's see what happens.
There you
Church records, research, libraries, immigration,
go.
newspapers. Oh, see, now look down here. You've got 10 pages. Trainer worksheets, church records in Hungary. So it's not just limiting itself to Greek, but it may be areas where they use the language. I'm trying to remember what I put in. Oops, get out of that. Nope. Go back. Oh, yeah, there you go. Oh, okay. Let's go to home. Okay. Again, let's wow, look at that. Oh, an easy one is this. Adoption, for example. So there's adoption in the United States, adoption DNA heritage, Project 8 DNA updates, so on and so forth. And again, they go through different cousins in the family history guide blog, and so on and so forth. So they just don't limit. But the first one is what first two you'd want to use if you were looking about adoption records. But in addition to that, okay, in addition to that, if you go back here to topics, right there, adoption records. And there you go. And so these are all the different goals in the United States. And you have vital records, you have adoptions, So learn about adoption records and how to find them is the very first one. And every state is different on adoptions. So that's one thing. See, look here. Facebook, search squad, adopted searching, looking for birth parents, adoptee and birth family search and support. Your adoptees in search of their birth families. So those are all help links to, you know, I don't know what, I haven't had any experience with adoption in my, so there's the search squad, and I don't know much about them. It's a private group. There's 116.9 thousand members about this group, and so on and so forth. And you can join the group. Lindsay and 12 of the members are administrators, and CC and Heather are moderators. 11 new posts, 116,000, almost 117,000, created 9 years ago. So that's just an example of, oops. Come on. Yeah, so you know, you can adoptee and birth families search and support. How about looking for birth parents and siblings? So they're adopted, looking for birth parents and siblings. So for example, about this group, again, it's a Facebook group. The history of it, 14,400. This is Sharon and Shelby are administrators, Gina and Connie are moderators. One new post today, 74 in the last month. And again, you can join the group if you have some adoption in your family. So that's just an example of some of the things you can do in family search. Or I mean, in the family history guide. I could do a lot of more in the family history guide, but one of my suggestions to all of you is do not be afraid to use it. You can't hurt it. And you can't destroy it because you're not the administrators of it. And just to let you know, if I can remember to find it. Let me see if I have it here. No, I don't right offhand. But there's a Family History Guide Association that solely administers this site. And so you cannot administer anything within the Family History Guide. Everything's free. The only thing it's not free, if you go through, let's say, for example, you are going to use the family tree part of it and learn how to do more in the family tree. Let me show you something. So if you say, okay, retrieve and forgotten the name and the password. So if I want to know how to do that, I can click on that article and this comes. Look at this. There's a new version of the help page. How about that? So where are we at right here? Family search. Yep. And so, and it tells you exactly how you can recover your username and or password or both. So that's one example of the things it teaches you. And teaches you how to change Zoom levels and so on and so forth. But what I wanted to mention to you is when you are using this, and let's say you've read this article, you can close it. You must log in to use a resource star. That is true. And that's what I want to bring up to you. How do you know where your track? So you go to the tracker, you go online tracker. Let's see, where did am I already signed into that? I don't think so. Using online study up groups, creating reports and so on and so forth. Oh, yeah, where did it go? Oh, no, I selected the wrong one. Okay, here's so this is the only place you have to set up a username and password. But it's free. You don't have to pay any money. You don't have to do anything. But the reason is, and I don't remember my login. I don't remember. I'm going to try something and see if it works. And I don't remember. Nope. How many times can I do this? I don't know.
But also that one part that he was showing that if you read the article, does it show on there that you read that? And you put in the-
Oh, I gotta put my username back in. I don't know if this is the right password either. Hey, second try. So anyway, okay, I'm all right. So never. So when you go to the tracker, let's say I want to go to, oh, up here is where the stars are. So when you select stars, star progress, the list below shows the title and so on and so forth. I don't have anything in there yet. So it would track your stars. Let's
Stars
see.
Meaning that's something that you read and you started. You liked it, you wanted to keep it.
Well, you're right. It tracks what you read in the family history guide, and it also tracks what videos you have watched in the family history guide. And it tracks your progress. So if I go to family search or family tree, well, let's still try and bring it up. And this will be the last thing because I'll have Nancy talk about some. It's not coming up. Right? Oh, there it is. So let's say, for example, can I sign in to family search and navigate family tree? So yes. So you have one is started. You have two, you're good at it, or three, you're proficient. And then you put a note in here about your progress. But anyway, that's the tracker. That's what the tracker does. So let's go back to family search, and I'm going to turn the time over to my wife, who is going to share some things about memories.
Hello, everybody. I'm Nancy. Pleased to be here tonight with you. So I am kind of not completely focused. I mean, I do research too, but I have researched a lot about the memories and activities. So those are the two things I'm going to talk about tonight. I'm going to start with memories. Of course, I can't show you everything that the family history guide has about memories, but I would like to focus on one area, and the things that I show you can be expanded to other areas too. The same philosophy goes with so many different areas. You'll see as we get into this. So when you're doing family history, it's really important to remember that your history should be recorded too. And earlier I heard you talking about you're starting to write your story, and that is so awesome. I love to encourage people to write their own memoirs, their own stories, preserve them for the next generations to come. And who but yourself is the one best equipped to write that story? So I love this quote by Valerie Elkins, she said, when it comes to writing your story, don't let anybody else hold the pen, because you are the one that can tell your story the best. You know it. So can the family history guide help you tell your story? Maybe you don't feel very confident about that, and I'm going to show you that it definitely can.
Ancestry.
So we are going to go to Ancestry, Documents, Stories, and Photos. And here in Goal 4, Create and Edit Stories. In choice F, I'm just going to scroll down here. We're at C, D, E, and F. F is where you can develop skills in writing stories and biographies. There's 9 points in F. And number 7, I really love this one. We're going to go to, oh, do I? Did I?
Right there.
Yep. Writing powerful family history stories. I'm going to click on that, and you're going to see this. This is actually a handout from Ruth's Tech a few years ago, where Valerie Elkins and Rhonda Lawrenson did a presentation together. And there's just really, I mean, I don't want to just read this to you, but there are, this is just full of articles. There's the website here is called evalog.life. Rhonda Lawrenson is the owner of that. She and Rachel Trotter conduct lessons, as I guess we could call them lessons, on how to be a good storyteller, how to interview people so you can write their stories. It's really a wonderful website. So all of this just came from that one, number 7, developing skills in writing stories and biographies. So if we were to go to Family Search now, so I'll get out of this and let's see where we are.
Second one from the left. I think, yeah. Oh, no, maybe it's out there.
So we were in Goal 4, Create and Edit Stories in Ancestry. So it's kind of easy to get lost in here. So if you just look for the logo, you can see, oh, okay, I'm in Ancestry. So what I want to do is go to Family Search and show you Goal 8, add stories to memories.
So you want to put in memories?
Uh,
Put in memories.
Probably. So Goal 8, yeah, add stories. So in adding stories, choice C is create life stories for ancestors. Oh yeah. So there we are, A, B, and C.
What, B? Like, okay.
No. That's find stories
Oh.
you can upload to memories.
Okay.
C is the one we want. Create life stories for ancestors. So in this case, you'd be writing a story about an ancestor. And number 7, again, did I pass it? There we go. Writing powerful family history stories. See, it takes you back to the same article. So sometimes these are duplicated from the different,
Website.
the-
Website.
yeah, the websites. Um, So in the vault, I just want to point out, here's the vault. Whoops.
Yeah.
Let's go to memories. Actually, is there stories here? There is no
you have to go to
story. So
memories.
let's go to memories. Okay. So the vault actually contains more articles and there's no duplication in here. It's, yeah, it's additional.
Yeah,
And
what's in the guide?
At the top of the vault, I believe that there's a search
Yeah,
where
see
you
the-
can
see
type
the
in,
hourglass, the spyglass,
oh, right here.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's gonna search the whole Family Guide database.
oh, it won't just search the vault?
No,
Okay, I just want the vault, actually.
so, well, you,
So I just went back to memories. So there's preserving memories.
starting,
Okay, starting. We don't want starting. There's preserving. Okay. I think that's where I want to stop right there. So you can see, actually, I counted in here before class this evening. There's 13 articles and there's 5 videos that, so you can tell, you could go searching the World Wide Web for all these articles, you know, how to be a good storyteller, how to write a good story, how to write your memoir. But here in the Family History Guide, they have gathered all of these things for your benefit, just to find. And many times they're live links that just take you out to websites. So it really is a repository of a lot of articles that are very, very helpful. So I am going to leave memories and talk about activities. Activities are something that I am very interested in. And you may ask, well, what do activities have to do with family history? Activities can be a bridge to learning about your ancestors and keeping them close to you. And what better way to introduce children and youth to family history than through activities such as games or projects? So up here in activities, you'll see that we've got family activities, individual, youth, kids corner. There's a section for homeschool, and then the index, which will show you all of the activities. Let's just turn to that right now. They claim that there are over 200 activities here. And honestly, I think that, I don't know if any of you are Temple and Family History consultants in your wards, but activities is a really great way to get small children, young children, or youth engaged as you go to work with families. This could be something that you could be a little icebreaker before you present whatever you're there to show the family. So here we are in the index, and you'll see that they're all arranged by alphabetical here, but they do have also different sections. So games are the ones that I want to focus on. The ones that have asterisks are the ones that you can do with like no preparation at all, very little. If there's no asterisk, then there's going to be some lead time that you're going to need to prepare for it. I want to show you one of my favorite games. It can be done by an adult, a youth, or a child. And it's a really great way to learn your family tree. If they have pictures, if you've got pictures in your tree with your ancestors. So I had been logged into Family Search. Is Family Search still here? Yeah, here we are. And it looks like I'm still logged in, hopefully. I'm going to go to it.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm logged in. Okay, so I have to be logged in to make this work. So we're going to go back to the index. And the game that I really love is, see if I can find it in here. I saw it earlier.
Matching?
No, it's not the matching game.
Oh.
I love the matching game, but that's not what I want to show you here. And it's not Ancestor Guess Who.
I thought it was the one up above that.
I think it's the Ancestor Photo Memory game.
Oh, okay.
Let's see if it's this one. Okay. It is. So I'm confused by this. I shouldn't tell you that. But I was thinking it might be on this page because there's the Ancestor Photo Memory game. That is not my favorite. But it is an Ancestor Memory game. So let me show you where it is a different way. And this is a direct link. So we're going to go to youth, actually. So we'll go back to activities. We'll go to youth. And it is individual 1. So see how we're in anytime activities. So that's 1. And it is Y101. See, that's where we are. So that means youth 1, the first one. I'm looking for Y111. Actually, 6, photo identification game. Okay, I absolutely love this game. I hope you'll do this at home. Okay, where do I have to click? Here it is. Cross your fingers, everybody. Yay, it worked. Okay, so this is taking pictures from my family tree, and it says, which of your ancestors is this? And there's a multiple choice at the bottom. So I am going to say, this is Mary Ann Fisher. And I'm correct, my second great grandmother. there are 10 pictures here. So what better way to learn the pictures of your ancestors by playing a game? It's actually teaching. And can you see showing this to your grandkids? I hope they'd get excited about it. Let's do one more. This is Rachel McFall. Yay, Rachel McFall. All right, so you see how that works. Wouldn't that be fun to, you know, instead of playing solitaire, play this. So this game also is in another section, but I don't need to show you that. So they are duplicated because you could see a child doing this, right? I could see an adult doing this. So where there is duplication, they will put it in the different sections. But anyway, that's just one example of the activities that you can find from the family. It's in Family Search, but I got to it from the Family History Guide, and I got to it from activities. I could have found it in the index, but I found it in youth because I'd done my homework and that's where I need to find it. But just go exploring, you know, have fun with it. And I'll turn the time over. Oh, the time over to Gayle. Looks like I took too much time.
Oh, that's
I'm
fine.
sorry.
Well, we're just about finished, but one of the things we can't teach everything that is in the Family History Guide. And I guess what I'll encourage each of you to do is look at the Family History Guide as often as you can. I mean, if you look at it once and you come back 6 months later, what are you going to remember? You know, and so, and another thing I wanted to point out to you, there's some other things that I had found in my research of England, but guess what I didn't do? I didn't write down my steps that I found it. So if you're looking at some things in the Family History Guide, write down where you started from, the next step that you found, the next step that you found, so you can track your journey to where you wanted to get to. Because how many of you remember that when you were doing research prior to a lot of the changes that have occurred with Family Search, and you were doing research in the previous versions, you could find, they would ask for a batch number. Do you remember that? Okay, when you're researching England, they had different codes for batch numbers. They had a C, they had an M, and I can't remember some of the other letters they used, but C was for christening or whatever it was, M was for marriage or whatever it was. Well, I found through the Family History Guide a list of information, and they used those old batch numbers. And I thought, golly, what a great way to show. But now I can't show it because I didn't track my journey to it. So I would encourage you to, when you're looking at the Family History Guide, track your journey. Say step 1, step 2, step 3, or whatever how you want to track it. So you can go back to what you found. So anyway, that's what I suggest. And so we appreciate having this opportunity to share with those of you here, share with those of you who are online, and we encourage you to use the Family History Guide for your research. Thank you. Thank you.